Wild Things, 1998, movie synopsis by Zillur Movies Recapped. Wild Things is a 1998 American neo-noir thriller movie directed by means of John McNaughton and starring Matt Dillon, Kevin Bacon, Neve Campbell, Denise Richards, Teresa Russell, Robert Wagner, and Bill Murray. It follows a high school training counselor in South Florida who is accused of rape with the aid of two girl students, and a collection of subsequent revelations after a police officer starts off evolved investigating the alleged crimes. Wild Things used to be accompanied with the aid of 3 direct-to-DVD sequels: Wild Things 2, 2004, Wild Things, Diamonds in the Rough, 2005, and Wild Things, Foursome, 2010. Synopsis: 2 girl college students, wealthy, famous Kelly Van Ryan, Denise Richards, and goth trailer dweller Susie Toller, Neve Campbell, accuse Sam Lombardo, Matt Dillon, a excessive faculty training counselor, of rape. Before this, Sam offers Kelly a experience home, at which time they pay attention to each third eye blind and smash mouth on a auto stereo. During the trial, Susie exhibits that Sam did no longer rape her and that Kelly fabricated the prices because she was once in love with him and indignant that he slept with her mother. The trial humiliates Kelly and her complete family, and Sam receives a beneficient agreement, $8.5 million, which he makes use of to retire peacefully. It is then published that Sam, Kelly, and Susie orchestrated the scandal with the purpose of taking the cash from the trial. As Police Sergeant Ray Duquette, Kevin Bacon, turns into suspicious, Susie turns into more and more frightened, and Sam issues that she will undermine their plan. After Kelly has an affair with Susie, Sam and Kelly take her to the seaside, the place Sam murders Susie with a wine bottle. In the investigation into Susie's disappearance, police locate her blood and tooth by way of the ocean. Ray discovers Sam as the killer and goes to Kelly's residence to defend Kelly from Sam. In the war of words between Kelly and Ray, each are shot, Kelly fatally. Ray explains how she shot at him and he had to return fire. Ray is discharged from the police pressure following this incident, whilst Sam spends time at a tropical resort. Sam goes to his room and finds Ray there. Ray and Sam had been taking part the complete time. They later go cruising in Sam's boat in the ocean, the place Sam knocks Ray overboard. When Ray climbs lower back on board, Susie, alive and now with blonde hair, shoots him with a spear gun and Ray disappears into the surf. Before Ray falls over, he pleads to Sam for help. Sam would say, "You have to now not have killed Kelly," signifying he and Susie confirmed no regret in having to kill Ray. As Sam relaxes, Susie offers him a drink laced with poison and knocks him overboard. She sails the boat return to shore with the aid of herself. A sequence of flashbacks explains the story. Susie devised the plan, in which she wished to obtain the cash from the trial, as payback to her rich stepsister Sandra Van Ryan, Kelly's mother performed via Teresa Russell, for being scorned and deserted by using their father. Susie additionally desired to kill Ray in revenge for killing her friend, Davy. Sometime in the past, Davy tried to intervene to shield a prostitute that Ray used to be roughing up, so Ray killed him, then busted Susie for pills and dispatched her away to a correctional facility so she could not be a witness towards him. She manipulated all the characters in the plot, making Sam appear the mastermind and faking her personal dying. She had snapshots of Sam and Kelly engaging in pills and underage kinky intercourse to blackmail Sam into becoming a member of the plot. She was once underestimated due to the fact of her delinquency and bad background. Those who knew her say her IQ was once round 200 and, if she put her thought to it, she ought to do anything. As for Kelly's death, Ray shot her first and then put a gun in her hand and made it show up that she had shot at him. Plot: in the upscale Miami suburb of Blue Bay, rich Kelly Van Ryan accuses her excessive faculty practice counselor, Sam Lombardo, of raping her. Following the accusation, her outcast classmate Susie Toller, who comes from a bad household in the Everglades, makes a comparable accusation. Sam hires legal professional Kenneth Bowden to shield him. At trial, Susie succumbs to strain at some point of cross-examination, and admits that she and Kelly concocted the false allegations to get revenge on Sam. Susie for his failure to bail her out of reformatory on a minor drug charge, and Kelly for his affair with her mother, rich heiress Sandra Van Ryan. Sam and Kenneth negotiate an $8.5 million agreement for defamation, which Sandra will pay out the use of cash from a belief Kelly would get hold of solely upon Sandra's death. After the payout, it is printed that Sam and the two women had been accomplices who used the trial to extort cash from Sandra. Police detective Ray Duquette suspects the trio are working a scam. Against the needs of the district attorney's office, he continues investigating Sam. He tells Kelly and Susie that Sam has already transferred the cash to an offshore account. Susie panics and goes to Kelly, who comforts her. Kelly, however, calls Sam and tells him they might also have to get rid of Susie. In the pool, Susie assaults Kelly. They fight, however subsequently cease up kissing, whilst watched through Ray, unbeknownst to them. A few nights later, at the beach, Sam curiously bludgeons Susie to dying whilst Kelly waits nearby. The two then pressure to the swamp, the place Sam disposes of the plastic-wrapped body. Ray and his partner, Detective Gloria Perez, check out Susie's disappearance. Her blood and tooth are observed at the beach, whilst her deserted auto is discovered at a bus terminal. The DA's workplace once more insists that Ray drops the case, however he asks Gloria to watch Sam. Sam suggests Gloria Kelly's college files, which propose she is bothered and violent. Meanwhile, Ray goes to Kelly's residence to confront a scared and upset Kelly. Ray enters the visitor residence, the place Kelly is staying, and gunfire erupts. Sandra rushes in as Ray stumbles out of the house. He has suffered a gunshot wound to the shoulder, whilst Sandra discovers Kelly lifeless from 2 gunshots to the chest. Ray claims Kelly fired the gun first, and that he killed her in self-defense. No fees are filed in opposition to him, however he is pushed aside from the pressure for disobeying orders. It is published that Sam is in cahoots with Ray. Although Sam is displeased Ray killed Kelly as a substitute of simply framing her for Susie's murder, he is of the same opinion they have fewer unfastened ends. The two go cruising on Sam's sailboat, the place Sam tries to kill Ray. When Ray fights back, he is shot and killed with a spear gun by way of Susie, who is in truth alive, having staged her homicide with Sam. Susie exhibits she was once influenced to kill Ray to avenge the homicide of her first-class friend, Davy, whom Ray wrongly shot to dying and framed as a self-defense killing. Sam reluctantly accepts a drink from Susie, who assures him she would now not double-cross him. However, upon consuming it, he realizes she has poisoned it earlier than Susie knocks him overboard and sails into the sunset. Several mid-credits scenes divulge that Susie was once the closing mastermind of the plot. Upon discovering that Sam and Kelly had been having a sexual relationship, Susie blackmailed Sam with pics of them having sex, convincing him to assist with her scheme. Susie in consequence orchestrated the assembly between Sam and Ray at a neighborhood bar. Later, all through her staged homicide on the beach, Susie pulled out her personal tooth with pliers to make her dying show up legitimate. Finally, with Kelly, Ray, and Sam all dead, Susie is met via Kenneth, who bestows her a brief case full of money that he describes as just on foot round money, and a test for thousands and thousands of dollars. As she leaves, he tells her to be good. Summaries: a police detective uncovers a conspiracy in the back of a case involving a high school preparation counselor when accusations of rape are made in opposition to him by means of 2 women students. Having lately been named Educator of the Year, Sam Lombardo is the admired preparation counselor and cruising trainer at Blue Bay High School on the Florida coast, simply outdoor Miami. The scholar physique of the faculty is generally comprised of the offspring of the U.S. membership set, and whilst he helps any scholar he can, he particularly tries to mentor these who are disadvantaged, such as Jimmy Leach, who would no longer have been capable to have the funds for being in the cruising software otherwise, and Hard Susie Toller, a proverbial swamp lady who he has helped through a few scrapes with the regulation in the absence of any parents, Susie dwelling with her streetwise grandmother Ruby at an alligator sideshow zoo. Although now not socio-economically phase of that United States of America membership set himself, he on the other hand has ingratiated himself inside it, he having slept with a desirable range of the USA membership maidens, he presently settled into a relationship with Barbara Baxter, the well-off daughter of high-powered legal professional Tom Baxter. Sam's world comes crashing down round him when scholar Kelly Van Ryan, who has made it pretty clear to her classmates she is sexually attracted to him and who is the daughter of one of his former mattress mates, sexually provocative widow and socially effective Sandra Van Ryan, accuses him of raping her. Already in bother in that no one can battle and win in opposition to the Van Ryans in Blue Bay, Sam, whose profession is ruined regardless of his guilt or innocence in no way being capable to get better from such accusations, receives into even greater troubles when Susie shortly thereafter comes ahead additionally accusing him of until now raping her story comparable to Kelly's. The possibility of Kelly and Susie colluding collectively to manufacture comparable memories is far away, as it is nicely acknowledged that they have constantly detested every other. Having now end up persona non grata amongst that U.S. membership set, Sam is pressured to appoint sleazy storefront legal professional Ken Bowden to protect him. Blue Bay Police Detective Ray Duquette of the Sex Crimes Division, he investigating with his accomplice Gloria Perez, goes towards her recommendation and that of DA Bryce Hunter by way of delving into sensitive areas in believing that no longer all related with the case are as they show up on the surface. Hugo in South Florida. A excessive faculty counselor is accused of rape by using a manipulative prosperous lady and her trailer trash classmate. The cop on the case starts to suspect a conspiracy and dives into an tricky and devious internet of greed and betrayal to discover the truth. J.J. Jackson Sam Lombardo is a excessive college counselor dwelling in Blue Bay in South Florida, whose lifestyles grew to become upside down. Kelly Van Ryan, the horny and seductive daughter of billionaire Sandra Van Ryan, one of Blue Bay's effective and elite participants of the neighborhood who has a crush on Sam, accuses him of raping her. It receives even worse for Sam, when bothered awful woman Susie Toller steps ahead and claims that Sam additionally raped her. With Sam's profession ruined, he loses appreciation from his college students and the community, whilst believing each Kelly and Susie have framed him. Sam hires freelance legal professional Ken Bowden to protect him in court. Investigating the case, police detective Ray Duquette suspects a conspiracy involving Sam, Kelly and Susie, and finds nothing is what it seems. Daniel Williamson Sam Lombardo is a well-respected Fl. Orida excessive college training counselor who receives his lifestyles became upside down when two students, spoiled rich girl Kelly Van Ryan, and trailer trash bad girl Susie Toller, convey rape fees towards him, in which nearby police detective Ray Duquette investigates the allegations. But no longer the whole thing is what it seems to be, and the large query arises: who is deceiving who? Matthew Pate when high school guidance counselor Sam Lombardo is accused of raping the famous scholar Kelly Van Ryan, his cautiously structured existence is ruined. But as the case heads to trial, an outcast college female Susie may additionally have statistics to free Sam. But the investigating detective Ray thinks that a extra devious design is at work that includes Sam, Kelly, and Susie. As Ray digs deeper into the case, he uncovers a scheme that has very excessive stakes and the place nothing is as it seems. A respectable trainer is accused by using one of his college students for raping her, after he reputedly refuses to make love with her. Most humans agree with him to be innocent. However, when some other scholar of his starts off evolved claiming the equal for her, matters get truly difficult. Anonymous and erotically high-quality journey of deception and motion with a splendid script and twist. Wild Things surely wowed me the first time I watched it. I had no expertise of what it used to be about, actually, and so I had no information of what to expect. When I noticed it for the first time, I simply had to watch it a second time proper after that, to be honest, due to the fact I used to be astounded at how a whole lot I loved it. Although I did no longer very own the movie, you comprehend that I went return to lease it a couple of greater instances due to the fact it was once simply so wonderful, and sooner or later when I acquired the risk to purchase it, I did. And now I have watched its severe instances on numerous events due to the fact it clearly is an high-quality film that I can experience with each and every watch. Each actor and actress had an outstanding position and they carried out it with magnificent expertise. I cherished all the performances and they have been all so enjoyable and particular with the personality they have been given that in the lengthy run they make the characters that would generally have been stupid and dull notable and unable to seem to be away from. The way each and every single line and cross was once so suspenseful and or wise and it simply clicked all into region made my coronary heart sink deeper into the story and by no means seem to be away. I without a doubt used to be entertained to the factor the place I ought to no longer take my eyes off the display for how super it was. As a Neve Campbell and Denise Richards fanatic, I loved them and their luminous roles, as nicely as Matt Dillon who used to be awesome. I concept the way each and every twist and flip in the plot used to be just so tremendous that my eyes lingered on for extra after it was once over. Which is why of Path I watched it a second time. And the solely hassle I had with this film is that it used to be no longer lengthy enough. Even though if it had have been longer I do no longer assume it would have labored out for the hire or anything, if you recognize what I am attempting to say. This film is honestly great, so wonderful. I would watch it over and over once more if I had to truly due to the fact it is so tremendous and I definitely bought into the way there was once a main turning factor at the ending that blows your mind. As nicely as the twist midway via the film. It is magnificent, with unforgettable performances and a high-quality storyline. I would propose you see it without delay if you can stand the situation matter. Denise Richards' stunning, magnificent storyline. While the simple storyline of what used to be going on used to be so easy, it was once so authentic as well. All the twists and turns saved you fascinated for the duration of the film, which is what humans clearly favor to see from a movie. Now not something that drags on and on about nothing and then finishes with the identical type of ending that each different film does. Neve Campbell performed a one-of-a-kind kind of position to what she's used to, however did it very well. Matt Dillon, playing Sam Lombardo, used to be first-rate, though the position ought to have been forged barely higher, perhaps with George Clooney. Kevin First Baron Beaverbrook gave some other stellar overall performance and stored you involved in his position in the course of the movie. But accept a doubt that the quality overall performance was once Denise Richards, who used to be without a doubt ideal for the role. She could not have been solid higher from all people in the world. Her splendor made this film what it was. I suppose a lot of human beings would reflect on consideration on Matt Dillon, the luckiest man in the world. 3 sequels have been launched direct to video. Wild Things 2, 2004, Wild Things, Diamonds in the Rough, 2005, and Wild Things, Foursome, 2010. The sequels recycled plenty of the plot, dialogue, and root of the first film, albeit with one-of-a-kind actors. All 3 films take area in Blue Bay, as nicely as its excessive school, Blue Bay High, and the Blue Bay Police Department, BBPD. In 2006, the producers tried to boost a non-secular successor, and John McNaughton used to be in talks to once more direct a script through Stephen Peters titled Backstabbers. Richards and Campbell had been additionally in talks to star.